Vlog 2 of my first 50-mile ultra training. I'm going out for a long run, about 20 miles. Just left. Mile 1, taking it real easy and slow. About 14 minutes in, just ate a hard-boiled egg and I drank some electrolyte water. Mile 2, my last split was about 12 minutes. Still going real easy. Haven't really warmed up yet. It's gonna be about 100 and, I think the forecast said 104 today. So I'm taking it pretty easy. Brought my full CamelBak and I got 2 waters mixed up with electrolyte salts. And but I left about 4:30 this morning, so I should be able to miss most of the heat. Sun's not quite up yet. About 3 miles in, about 40 minutes in. Still taking it pretty slow. Lots of elevation gain. Last 2 miles, I think, between 200 and 300 feet of gain. And it just keeps on going. I'm coming through those hills. You can see behind me. It's just one after another. And then can't really see them. Mountains. See them in a bit. Whew. Getting smoked. Don't really feel warmed up yet. I mean, my legs are kind of warmed up. I just don't have that energy kick. Oh, there we go. So there's the start of the mountains we're gonna go up and through today, and then come back. Anyways, I usually get a little energy kick about 3-4 miles in, and hadn't quite got that yet, but definitely feel better than when I woke up. You know, some people, some people might be watching this and think, oh, look at all that energy that guy has. I wish I could feel that good. Well, it's not always like that. I was dreading this run 2 days ago. Last night I couldn't, whoop, I dropped my trash. Last night I'm thinking about it. I'm just kind of feeling sorry for myself, thinking about how hard today's run's gonna be. Dragging, kind of killed my Friday evening. Didn't sleep that good last night. This morning, alarm clock goes off at 4:30, and I just want to go back to bed, just like everybody else. But you just got to put it in your mind that you're going to do something, and you just got to follow through with it. That's all there is to it. And the other thing is, if you're not used to exercising, you don't have energy, you don't feel energy, and then go exercise. It's the other way around. And I think that's a trap for a lot of people. You get out there, you suck it up, you push through the discomfort, and after that, you're actually rewarded with energy. So, like I said, it's kind of backwards. If you're not used to working out or running or doing a lot of physical stuff, it's backwards from what you think. So don't get discouraged. There's no shortcuts. There's no easy paths. You just suck it up and do it. And at the end there is a reward, and it's worth it. So the sun's just coming up. You can't see it on that first horizon behind me, but it's really beautiful. Those first rays are just hitting the mountains right there that we're going into. This area right here, we hadn't had rain for a while, so it's all dead, but there's a lot of grass here. It's really green. And up from the top of the mountains where we're going, when it's really green, it's really pretty to look at, because we're kind of high desert and everything gets pretty brown. And when it greens up, Man, it's just beautiful. That tall mountain right there is Mount Elliott. It's in the 6,000s. We're about 5,000 here. And if you follow to the right, there's that first little divot, next little divot, and then that third little valley right there. You can see it's kind of rocky. That valley right there is a little gulch. It's really pretty, it's really steep. And then at the bottom and going up, there's a ponderosa pine growing. I'll show you when we get there. But just to the right of that is a trail, real steep and rocky, that goes up. We'll go up there. Here's a little real old cemetery from back in the day. But anyway, so we'll go up that mountain, up to the right of the Mount Elliott there. And then, shoot, is this the right way? I think so. And then we'll go through the Bradshaws around Mount Elliott, and then continue through the Bradshaws a little ways there. Well, 4 miles in, about 55 minutes. She's still taking her slow and easy. Elevation's flat for a little bit now. I'm eating peanut butter jelly sandwich. My wife makes some really good sourdough bread. She gets whole grain berries, grinds them up. So it's all 100% whole grain, fresh milled. So I'm knocking that back. Just barely feeling a little bit of an energy kick come in. Also, I'm not doing that nasty incline. Got a real bad one coming up, but I'm good right now. And I got halfway through this sandwich. Got one sandwich left. Full bag, of Camelback bag of water. And one bottle of electrolyte water. And 16 miles to go. So I just crossed the line behind me from shade to now the sun has hit me for the first time, and a lot of exposure. It's probably 70 degrees. It's still nice, but in the next hour it's probably gonna hit 80 and then 90. Hopefully I'm done by the time it's 95. We'll see. Mile 5 was back there somewhere. I'm over an hour in. A little bit slower than I'd like to be, but that's all right. You know, we're taking our time. This run's about endurance. I'm putting miles on my legs, and it's gonna be a hot one, so we're just taking it easy. So I'm a little over 6 miles in. This is about the worst of it. It's really steep. It's really rocky. It's really loose. Feeling pretty tired. This is the distance of just past the distance of my everyday run, but we'll manage. Here's the uphill, and then over on my left, behind that hill, is Mount Elliott. So, whew. So I did a lot of hiking back there. Really steep. It's leveled off just a little bit. It is Mount Elliott right there to my side. It's really pretty. Video doesn't really show it, I'm sure, but I really think it's pretty. That canyon, the gold's going up there. Here's the overlook. Kind of down there is where I came from. Get back on the trail here. That's the opposite side from Mount Elliott, which is over there. And now I'm back to grade and sucking wind. Whew. Brutal. Just past mile 7. The last mile was really tough. I'm at about 6,300 feet now, and the grade's starting to let up, but I still got a little bit to go. What I like right here, we're up in the Ponderosa Pine, just past the little cow tank. Mile 8, let's go. Just scared up some deer Just missed him on the camera. And more grade. Mile 9, 6,400 feet. Almost halfway. Mile 10, feeling okay. Doing about 12-minute miles. Stay strong. Just past the turn rain point, just over 11 miles. Now it's a stretch back home, mostly downhill. Mile 12, this last mile's kicking my butt. Lots of grade and direct sun, it's heating up, but we'll get there. Who's gonna carry the logs? I am! Mile 13. Legs are doing okay. Knees are okay. Feet are a little sore. These are brand new shoes I've never worn before. Pinky toes getting a little bit of a blister, but it'll be all right. This view, folks, it is amazing. Absolutely awesome. You can see the San Francisco peaks way out in the background. Mile 14, pace, 10-minute, 30-second, fastest mile yet. Still slow, but we get there. Mile 15. We're coming up on mile 17. For me, the fun's about done because we're out of the high elevations, which gives you the cool and the nice trees. And we're just coming down the mountain now. We got Mount Elliott over here on our right. And we got this couple miles here. We got about 1,000 feet elevation to burn. And it is really steep. And it is really rocky. The only good news is we're not having to go uphill. So we're just gonna keep on grinding here. Feet are a little sore, but overall, I'm doing okay. I'm a little bit worried I'm gonna run out of water, which won't be a big deal. I'm only like 5 miles out, so we're gonna keep on trucking. We're coming back up on a little lookout point. Grade, and more grade. Grade for miles. That brown spot down there is the spot I was talking about earlier that gets really green. A bunch of buffalo grass is down there. It looks really pretty in the summertime when it rains. Oh, my feet hurt. For the 50 miler I'm training for, I haven't previewed the course yet, but I think it's going to have a lot of this, and it's got a lot of elevation. So this is so steep and rocky and loose, I almost think uphill might be better. And it just doesn't up. We got a little level off right there. All right, finally. Whew. 17 miles. I killed off all the big elevations. Got about 5 miles left to go. I'm definitely gonna run out of water. That's really stinks because it's in probably the 90s and climbing temperature wise. But I'll be okay. It is what it is. This place is kind of cool. There's a natural spring over here and an abandoned gold mine. And then now I think the natural spring feeds water tank for there's free range cattle out here. But anyways, I'm still staying strong. We just the fun part's over. Just gotta grind through this last little part and get home. Mile 18. About 3 miles to go. Just got a couple of sips of water left, so hopefully we can make it without having to walk the last. Mile 19. Slowed way down. I'll just have just a couple more sips of water. It's about 92 degrees out. And I've got about 3.5 miles to go. So my last split was like 13-minute mile. And I'm just gonna gonna keep doing that. I may have to like walk the last mile, but I'm just kind of conserving my water in my system so I don't heat stroke or nothing. I'm hot, but I'm feeling okay. So if I start feeling bad, I'll start walking. Earlier I did have a little like funny stuff going on with my vision. I'm not sure what that was about, but I'm feeling okay. My wife knows where I am, so I'm just gonna keep on trucking. Mile 20, hurting for water, having to do a bit of walking, especially on the uphills. Mile 21, completely out of water. Got a mile and a half to go, somewhere in there. Had to walk up that last hill. I'm just barely moving now. Got another incline here. I'll probably start walking again. So I'm just coming up on mile 22. Got about a mile left. Been walking for a little bit. I started saving my water about 4 or 5 miles ago. And the last mile or so, I ran out. And it's about 95 degrees out. And I really want to be running, but I'm out here all alone. And it's just not worth getting a heat stroke out by myself. I'm close to my house, but you know, if I heat stroked and fell over, somebody might not find me for a while. So my ego is kind of bruised, but that's okay. We're just training. 22 3/4 miles, 5 hours and 29 minutes. Not a strong finish.